Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Shadows Within, and a very special interview here today with a man I have been trying to get on the show for some time, and he has finally been able to make it. He runs his own little show and promotion, and I really love what he's doing, and I've always been a fan of what he does, and he has his own podcast himself. You guys know him as probably Dimebag Dan. He runs GW Fight Club. And his show has definitely grown for some time, and it's going to continue to thrive and grow. And this is a true honor to get to know the man behind the camera himself. And I got interview questions for him, and he had a fantastic show the other day. If you missed it, go check it out. He is also under what we call the global umbrella with a few other companies he associates with. And who knows, maybe some future collaborations with more in the future. I am very excited for this, and we wait upon his arrival. Also, XPWF, ASW, and TXT's past shows, go check them out if you missed them. IWA also had Dogfight, and that was a very fantastic show. And after this interview, I shall go over some shows that will be coming up in the leading days and months ahead and of this month. And we will also be going over some shows that went down recently, like today. We shall be going over GW Fight Club. So GW Fight Club's last show was called Triple Crown Championship Road 1. So that's just one. Who knows? Maybe the next episode will be number 2. I did send him an invite, so whenever he is ready to join us, he can. And yesterday, if you missed the interview with Mr. Enrique Salas Jr., please go check that out if you haven't. Very honored to have done that interview with him after so long. It's been some time since I've met him. Like, I've known him, but it's been some time since I've seen him. And I was glad to get back in contact with him, and I'm glad to see where he's going now. And I'm very excited for this interview today. And I hope everybody is having a good day, good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be. Got some big things going on today. I'm excited, and I hope you all are as well. We're adding him right now. Hoping it will let him join in on the first try. I did accept your invite, sir. Welcome.
Yo.
Are you okay, sir?
Welcome.
It almost sounds like your voice is out of stock there.
Yeah, I'm good. What's happening, brother? You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Nothing much, man. I'm very excited for this. I know we've been trying to get you on here for some time. I'm glad the day is here.
I agree. It's been a while. It's been a while since we kicked it, like me and you personally, and now it's the first time I'm on the show. I appreciate you for having me. Let's talk what we're gonna talk about.
Well, I have interview questions lined up for you. I have 26 interview questions lined up for you. And I also have your recent card that you did for GEW Fight Club that I figured we could also go over today, if you would like.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about it. GW Fight Club. Shout out to GW, by the way. A. Jizzle. Global Productions, Demon X, Ego the Prince, Hitman Gaming, Damian Briggs, Shockwave. The list goes on. Y'all already know what time it is, man. I see you, Chris.
Welcome the Mighty of IWA. Just had Dogfight yesterday. Was a fantastic show. If you missed it, go check it out. And to kick off Fight Club, you had Big Money Grip versus Tony Tornado.
That's right. Big Money Grip, and shout out to Big Money Grip and Tony Tornado too. The thing with the Fight Club thing, I don't know if people know. I'll explain the Fight Club thing. The Fight Club is basically straight knockouts and submissions only. I don't have pinfalls. I don't have regular wrestling matches. I do have wrestling matches sometimes, but they're not like, they're not all the time. It's basically Fight Club was designed just to be underground fighting league, basically, with the GW roster. The thing is, I made friends with other people from other E-Feds that are not a part of GW, the roster, so I bring them in too. And if you guys want to do live call outs, or you guys are in the Discord and y'all affiliated with me, then you already know we can go in and run your match. But it's knockout submissions only. We do blood matches where we have steel cages, hell in cells, last man standing, first blood matches, stuff like that. That's what Fight Club basically is. So Big Money Grip versus Tony Tornado was not a wrestling match. It was basically a slugfest to see who knocks each other out first. So knock somebody out or tap somebody out. Either way, that's the only way you win those matches. So Big Money Grip fell short to Tony Tornado yesterday. Shout out to Tony Tornado. We call him the Talk in New York. I met him in MHW the first time. Shout out to MHW. I don't think they're around anymore, but that was a proper E-Fed back in the day.
And you announced that you would be going up against David Pope next time.
That's right. David Pope is another one that he competed. I believe David Pope fought. Shout out to David Pope too. I forgot who he fought. You got the card on you right there?
Yes, I do. He took on Jay Smoke, which was literally the second matchup.
Hitman Smoke. That's right. So I did it. I basically put a tournament. That was yesterday's show. Was basically last night's tournament of the Triple Crown Underground Heavyweight Championship, and like I said, that title is only knockouts and submissions only, and the only way you'll see that title is in GW Fight Club, and the tournament is there. As you can see, Tony Tornado advanced, and he's going one-on-one with the one who advanced in the second match, which was David Pope versus Hitman Gaming, Jay Smoke Hitman. Hitman fell short, so David Pope took, and he's advanced to round two.
And you announce usually what you're going to have for the next week, but sometimes you'll throw in surprises the day of the next show, but you'll announce some matches beforehand.
Right. Yeah, what I do is sometimes depending on the mood that it is, I'll give you a surprise show. I'll give you a surprise during that show. I will go in, I'll have a match card set up, and I usually set up 14 matches, but I cut them short just to make sure. So I leave 3 extra matches there just in case I want to have a live call out, or if somebody just pops in and he's a new member, to the community in general, and I don't have your card, just give me your tag. I'll put you up right now. And if you have the channel points, the blood money, you can cash in, and you can cash it for some titles as well.
Welcome Mills Milligan, and he says this is his first time tuning in, and welcome Marvin Stawley, Fight Club going strong. Is he a fan or one of the competitors?
These guys are competitors. Shout out to 3M, Mills Milligan. The punishment's coming soon. Shout out to Bones. I see you out there. That's what we do. We just basically, like I said, we run the roster from everybody who's in the roster. We just run underground matches, straight knockout and submissions only. You know what I mean? Shout out to Marvin. I see you. That's the Robert J. He's another member of the community as well.
Welcome Daniel Kubel and welcome Nico. And you also had Jay Prince versus Khan.
Jay Prince. Shout out to Fluid Cause. If y'all know about Fluid Cause, Haley Ramone, Jay Prince. That's the same person. Yup. So Jay Prince versus Khan, the almighty Khan. Khan, shout out to Khan too. That's a brother of mine in real life. Out of like the EFED picture, he's a real good friend, real personal friend. Um, he is also the GW World Heavyweight Champion.
Wow.
So shout out to Khan. I see you.
And you had the lone wolf John Wigginton take on Mad King, who is your underground world TV champion. Yes?
That is correct. He is the underground, and he is also the scumbag champion. That's we're gonna get to that soon. We're gonna explain that. It's a custom championship that it's basically his rules, his set of rules. So he wants it to be like some hardcore, crazy bloodbath kind of shit. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna be cross-branding that title too with everybody that's inside the community of the Global Productions. So if you're a showrunner under that, best believe that you're gonna see that title run up there sometime soon.
We look forward to that and welcome Cholo Alfredo. And you're going to
Oh,
have Khan versus John Wigginton next week.
that's right. So next week you will see Khan go 1-on-1 for round 2 versus the Lone Wolf John Wigginton. This little bracket that I set up in the tournament, I just put the people that are just there. You know what I mean? Like the people that you see in this match card, these are the people that actually signed up for the tournament. So that's another thing too I wanted to say. So like if you are part of the roster and you don't see your name in the card and you missed the first round, it's because you didn't write your name down and you didn't check in to be a part of the tournament.
So people need to make their name basically known. You don't
Well,
just
yeah,
put anybody in the tournament.
just because, I don't want to put like random people in the tournament and you're not gonna be able to know that you're in the tournament because like 9 out of 10 times the people that are in the tournament was the people that basically just tuned in. So if I put it on the Discord, if you're part of the community and I put in the Discord, I tag everyone and I say, write your name down if you want to be a part of this tournament. And if they write their name down, I put a little check mark next to it and I'll make the card. And that's how it worked out with the tournament. Triple Crown.
Well said, well said. And you had Sonny Chiba versus the Monarch and Bombshell versus Tyler Jones, with Monarch and Tyler Jones both winning their respective matches. And for those that don't know, the Monarch is Shockwave.
That's correct. Shout to Shockwave. Whose house? Shock's house.
But you put Shockwave in a match against Jacob Evans where the winner will face Tyler Jones. What's with that?
Yeah, the thing with the Tyler Jones thing, because when I set the bracket, it was supposed to be Jacob Evans. He was supposed to have a bye, and so was Psycho. But the thing
So
is, I figured, why would you give them a bye if they're basically in the thing, so in the bracket? So I just put them to go against each other. So basically, now they will just advance. Like the winner of the prospective match will advance to the second round again. So that's what the Tyler Jones and Shockwave thing comes into play. So it looks like it's probably a round 1 bracket, but it's technically a round 2 bracket.
okay. Wonderful, wonderful. And you had Foxbit versus Fly Guy.
Shout out to Foxbit. Shout out to Fly Guy too. Fly Guy is another one making his name himself. Fly Guy and Foxbit. I don't know if you guys are like familiar with these people. These people are heavy in the EFED community too, and you're heavy in the EFED community, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like most of these guys that are popping in the chat right now, and most of these guys that you see on the show. You know what I mean? Shout out
Oh,
to
yes.
Ralph Fisher. I see you. RJ Bombshell.
Yeah, I have people. So basically, I make this public so basically anybody can see it on your end and my end. And there are people that are going to pop in here that are not even in the community either, just here
Dude,
to show support too and show all the love.
absolutely. That's I have family members that are popping in there too. I see that. Shout out to them too. I appreciate the love.
Ralph Fisher just came in. DBD all day. You have a fan.
That's Robert. That's RJ Bombshell. Shout out to RJ Bombshell. I see you, Fisher.
And we spoke a little bit on Psycho. Psycho took on Jacob Evans.
Right. That was the match that, because Psycho was supposed to have a bye, and so was Jacob Evans. They were both supposed to have a bye, and I didn't give them the bye. I basically put them against each other, so that way the winner just advances. You know what I mean, to the second round. We don't have to waste no time and wait for a bye week. We ain't doing that. That's how I
Yeah.
figured out.
And what looked like it was going to be the end of the night, but you had two other matches happen, but you had what looked like to be the main event between the Final Chief and Damian Briggs.
That's right. That was the final match of the card that was officially for the tournament. So whatever
Okay.
you saw after Damian Briggs and the final chief, whatever he goes by, that after that match, that was the surprise aspect of the Fight Club. We gave you live call outs. We gave you, if you cashed in anything, then I'll run the match. So RJ Bombshell cashed in for the television championship, and I figured, you know what, if Matt King is with it, then let's run it. And he said yes, so that's what we did. We ran that as the official main event. Before that, I ran another match too. I believe it was
Ty Thomas versus Grimlord.
Tyler Thomas. He came back. He's making his return debut to the Fight Club, and he went and I see you, and he went and he went into he fell short eventually, but it still doesn't matter. He's back, and just know that you're gonna see him again in GW Fight Club.
Just because you fall short, I think you can even safely say that they all put up a great fight. You have a lot of warriors
Amazing,
on your brand.
absolutely amazing fights. Like, even if you fall short, like, I always look at it like it doesn't matter. Like, win or lose, like, just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Talk your shit and uh, do whatever you do promo wise or trash talk. However it is that you do it, just do it like right. Don't overstep the line. Don't go personal, and don't be an idiot. Know how to play. Because it's a game. So at the end of the day, know how to play. So everybody that you see, and if they took a loss, I'm pretty sure, and I'm positive that they're just looking forward to the next Fight Club and the next time they're there, because they didn't care that they took that loss or the win. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not wrestling, and it doesn't really mean nothing. So if we take a loss in Fight Club, it's not like, oh well, there goes his chances of being world champion or whatever. Because Fight Club is not like that. Fight Club is if you fought me in another E-Fed and you took a win and you got the win, and I felt like, you know what, I want to run that back. We can't run it back in your show, so let's go to Fight Club and I'll fucking knock you the fuck out, or I'll break your arm or something. I'll tap your ass out, something like that. You know what I mean? So that's how that's the perspective that I have for the vision for Fight Club.
Welcome, Underdog Hero, who runs ASW. He said, my boy DBD, and he said, you fall short, you bounce back, YKTV. It's a squabble session.
That's a fact. Shout out to Hitman Gaming, for real, for real. That's my boy too. That's my brother. Him, Damian
And
Briggs, Shockwave. These are all guys that, like I said, I met these guys along the way in this E-Fed thing, and they've shown me nothing but respect and love, and they know how to fucking do it, and that's what I do. I'm just looking for a better light connection, so there we go. You know what I
welcome,
mean?
Chris. Yeah, I get it, brother. Welcome, Chris Kyle. And you were talking about the main event you had for your show, where Mad King put up his title in a match that you call the King of the Cage, which is your version of Hell in a Cell.
Right. Well, the King of the Cage is it's that match. That title, I was supposed to run it in a different way, but I put it in the King of the Cage just because I figured it would be more violent, but it wasn't. Because you know how 2K is. I would like to go on the record and say fuck 2K, because 2K is always doing some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts. You are not wrong.
yeah. So it's like when you do shit like that, then like it ruins like the momentum that you have for the match. Like, so for example, I had like high like high expectations for that match, and I was thinking like this match is gonna be crazy, and you got two fucking heavy hitters, and they're gonna go at it, and we're gonna get either a new champion or we're gonna have the same champion retain. And as you saw, the champion retained. But honestly, I expected a better match. You know what I mean? Like I felt like the matches that were in the tournament were more like successful and more heavy hitting than the actual main event that I had, which was the title match between Matt King and RJ Bombshell.
Yeah, 2K can be touchy with certain matches, especially ladder matches of all
Oh
them.
my
Good
god,
God.
I forget about it. Ladder matches is the worst. Shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays for beating the shit out of the Yankees right now. It's upsetting. Yeah, but nah, you're right, 100%. That's what it is. Like 2K, like sometimes when you have the like you got the momentum going and everything is good, 2K goes and screws you over. You know, like why
Mhm.
you gotta do that to 'em? And I've noticed too that 2K doesn't let you get more than I say 7 wins because every time I like all right, if you're a defending champion, or not even a champion, if you're just like a competitor and you book me in 7 back-to-back singles matches, there's a possibility that on my on my eighth match, I'm not gonna win that eighth match. I might go 7-0, and then the eighth match is just that's it. I lost it. You know what I mean? So I've noticed that 2K's been doing that since 22, and I've tested the theory because I've seen it done, and I've also been in situations where I've won like 7 matches in a row, and then all of a sudden I just like, oh, when I lost the eighth match is the one that counted the most because that's like your title match or, you cashed in or whatever, and I've
Mhm.
noticed, okay, every time. So I'm like, oh, I always ask, I'm like, what's my record right now? So I will know. Like if I'm 6-0, then I'm expecting the 7-0, but shit like that.
And you speak of that, and I noticed on a lot of your when you were booking the matches, I noticed that like you had like a point system on them, like how much wins and losses the competitors that you're picking had.
Yeah. Yeah, I put that so you guys could see it. Like whoever's involved in the Fight Club, so I want you guys to see it. That ain't no funny business. Because I don't fuck around and I don't like tamper your cause or nothing. Like I wouldn't even change like anything on your attire if you don't want me to. Like you tell me, oh, can you change this on my attire or take the hat off or my gloves off, whatever, anything, right? I
Hmm.
wouldn't do just because I don't want you to. If you want to do that, then go ahead, re-upload your dude, and I'll re-download him. That's not a problem. But I like to keep everybody's momentum on the way it is, and I always boost everybody to 100. So if you give me a call and he's not on 100, I'm boosting him up to 100, and I'm leaving him the way you left him. I'm not touching nothing, nothing at all. And I expect the same respect back from other eFed owners too. Unless I tell you, hey, change this, whatever, then you shouldn't be touching my call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a respect thing.
Mhm. So I put the numbers like the record thing so you guys could see it and you would know like, oh, but how come I lost to this guy if I'm on fire? I'm like, well, technically you're 1-3 or, stuff like that. So you saw it yourself. You could see it. Like you see it while I'm booking the matches. Like I do that on purpose sometimes too. I don't cut the scene. I let you see when I'm picking your character, so you can see that you're still on 100. I didn't touch anything. I didn't change your positions of nothing, the way you pose or anything like that. So you can see that it's like that, straight up. The only people I touch and tamper with is like my own creations, or I have something that I have something out there that's called a 35. It's like a bunch of thoughts. Like I don't know, New Yorkers we call sluts thoughts, right? So from New York, and so I invented a match. I called it the Bloody Five. So it's 5 men, eliminations, knockout submissions only. You go out there. So I did the opposite of that, and I made it a 35 where it's 5 porn stars. Like I'll download like a bunch of porn stars or a bunch of like famous models or famous celebrities that are women, that have sex appeal. and I'll basically put them all in the match and let them all fight out in like bras and panties or in thongs or in any slutty attire that they can have on, and that way it entertains the men for that are watching, because you know you don't want to see a bunch of dudes all the fight all the time. You know, like last night's show, Fight Club, was all guys in the matches. You didn't see not one woman. The only woman you saw in the matches was the referee. Shout out to Miss Lee too. That's my ref.
Was a hard-working ref right there. She was on the spot, on the dime, on the time.
He was cooking, and you could tell the difference too. 2K, I don't know if you guys noticed, but 2K is always like they got a little thing with the referees. You could tell which is a good ref and which one is not. You know, like I usually go with world class referees or like Japan referees because they're fast with it. Because the Japan in the world class style, it's not like the American wrestling style that we have in WWE, where uh you gotta sell. You know, over there they do everything heavy, like lucha libre kind of thing. Like, you know, Japan, you know how Japan is. Japan is
Yeah.
fast and hardcore. So the referees, they gotta be ready and they gotta slide and all right, 1, 2, you know. So, but I didn't have no pinfalls, so basically my ref was just making sure she was there in the right positions to make sure if you tapping or if you got knocked out.
And Underdog Hero said Daisy is a changed person. Is he referring to Dynamite Daisy?
He is referring to Dynamite Daisy. Shout out to Dynamite Daisy too. Um, that's it's a changed woman now. So supposedly Jay Smoke saying, but Dynamite Daisy is one of my characters too that I created. She's a Brooklyn native Puerto Rican chick. Her name is Diana Cortez, and she's picture yourself picture a female that's like super attractive and amazing body, right? But she's like a fucking guy where she doesn't play no bullshit. She always wants to fight and she always wants to, like, you know, start trouble. That's basically Dynamite Daisy.
And do you have intergender fights in your fight club?
I do. I have the GW Underground United States Championship. That's a intergender title. I
Oh.
also have that's pretty much it. That's the only belt I really have that's like that. But yeah, I did that on purpose just because there's women out there that, as you can see, if you're a 2K run showrunner, you know that sometimes the female cause put in more, like they make the show more like successful than the actual men fighting sometimes because they go
Yeah.
crazier. Now they bleed, so it's like wow, amazing. So yeah.
What other characters do you have under your belt, like that you have created or that you represent per se?
Well, I only have just myself, Dimebag Dan, and I have Dynamite Daisy now, officially. That's the only two that I'm actually
Okay.
repping myself. But
Okay.
before I used to have a female call, which is my lady's call. She was not in the group chats or anything like that. She didn't really like this, so I took her out and I replaced her with Daisy. So just basically two characters. I used to have a cruiserweight, but that's when I first started, and that's Dimebag Dan now. But back then he used to go by Bodega Dan. So we went and we stepped it up. So now it's DBD instead of just BD. You know what I mean?
Hear that? And this is the Mad King entering the chat, if I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to Matt King. That's my brother in arms, bro. The right hand.
And your current champion, too.
He's your current reigning GW underground television heavyweight champion and your GW scumbag champion. Correct.
How did you get into the e-fetting world?
How did I what?
How did you get into this world of e-fetting?
Yeah, I got into it because of my boy. Shout out to A. Jizzle again. My boy A. He I was in a I was you know I was just it was in 2K22. I gave up watching wrestling and I gave up watching wrestling in 2006. That's like after when they emerged, like WCW, ECW, and all that shit, the Alliance, WWE. But
2006 was the same year Rey Mysterio went on to win the Royal Rumble and the world title.
in the world title, that's when I was like, you know what, this is ridiculous because there's no way that Rey Mysterio can beat two giants like fucking. It was the Great Khali, I think it was at the time, and Big Show, right?
He
Something
was the
like.
giant killer. The giant killer.
So I was like, this is stupid. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
at that point, I was looking at wrestling because you already ruined wrestling for us. So now we're expecting what the Attitude Era was because like I grew up watching wrestling before that, like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and all that shit. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, right? But then when the Attitude Era came, Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels became the DX, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and all this shit. You know, the Attitude Era. We started seeing titties, we started seeing like sex on TV and violence. You know,
Men stealing each other's wives, people blowing up each
crazy.
other, Brian Pillman pulling a gun.
That Brian Pillman pulling the gun shit, I will always remember that because I was like 13 years old when I saw that shit. And I was like, wait, are we still watching wrestling? Because this is not like I don't understand. Like I get he wants to kick his ass, but like this is like a movie right now. Like this is not right. Like you know, so I'm looking at it like, what does titties have to do with wrestling? And what does fucking like sex selling? Like ECW was going crazy too around that time. Because remember, they had the girls doing some wild shit, bending over and like you know doing wild stuff, and you're like, yo, this is it. So anyway, I stopped watching at 2006 because
That's respectable.
we went from watching that to watching Rey Mysterio beat two giants or uh, Kurt Angle before Kurt become Kurt Angle, but he left, and then you had John Cena's gimmicks and. You had Brock Lesnar, which he was unstoppable. And you like, I remember seeing Brock Lesnar take chair shots. That I was like, "There's no fucking way this man could take a chair shot like that, right?" But you know, it was stupid. It was getting stupid. So I was looking at it like, you know what? I think I have better things to do. So I stopped watching wrestling in 2006. Then I came back in the COVID era, and that was like 2020 exactly when they were doing the shit inside indoors, and there was nothing on TV to watch. So basically, I came back and I started watching wrestling again. And A Dot hits me up around 2021, 2022, and he hits me and he tells me, "Hey, my daughter watches wrestling still. I don't watch it, but." She wants me to stream this wrestling game because she created her own little wrestler and she wants me to run a show like if I'm Vince McMahon. And I was like, what? That sounds pretty cool, bro. You know? And he told me, he said, yeah, come and join me and come and do it. And I'll you know, you got the game. I'll get you the game, and you know we'll create your guy, and you come out here and you start wrestling. And ever since then, he said, "Oh, I told him, I said, can I drop like a promo like after my guy, like talking like if I'm him?" He said, "That's the point of it." And I was like, "Let's fucking go." And I fell in love with it, bro. Like that moment, like that time, I was like, yo, this is awesome. And then I started meeting you guys, like people like you and everybody else who does this. And I was like, this is fucking amazing. Like I'm talking shit to fucking Brandon over here. And like, he's just a fucking wrestler and I'm a wrestler. And I'm over here telling him I'm going to kick his ass. He's telling me how he's going to kick my ass. And, you know, we're doing wrestling shit, but we're doing wrestling thing. And according to our promos, we're doing it from the wrestling that we know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm doing my promos according to like the Attitude Era. So I'm talking shit. I'm saying like shit or like, yo, you're a bitch, you know. I would never call somebody a pussy or nothing like that because that's not wrestling. But, you know, you say things along the lines like, or like saying something like, you're acting like a pussy or something like that. You know what I mean? But not directly call somebody a pussy. You know what I mean?
No, I hear that.
That's how I figured out how to play this game thing that we do, this EFET thing. And like, I fell in love with it, like I said, man. And I was like, this is awesome, and I'm gonna play my part, and I'm gonna do the right thing with you guys. I ain't gonna cross the line, and everybody likes me. So it's like when I ran into everybody who's doing this, like everybody that I interact with doing this e-fed stuff, I legit have a friendship with them. You know, like I could fuck with you guys, and I could talk shit with you guys at any time of the day, and it's always love. Like I will never cross the line with you. I will never say something disrespectful to you, and it's vice versa because it's not like that. But there are some people out there that I ain't gonna mention their names. You know them, and they're a bunch of like you know idiots because they know what they did. That cost of the friendship between me, because I'm a cool person. So if you ain't friends with me, then you're an idiot. Because I'm like the best person to be friends with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you're very well respected.
Well respected, because I respect people. I treat people the way I want to be treated. So I figured this eFed shit is all a bunch of us. We're all in the same age group. Some of us are not, but we could tell the difference about who we talk trash to and how we talk trash to them. And according to their response, that's how I know where to take the matter of trash talking to. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah. So like I like this eFed shit, and ever since 2K22, I fell in love with it because of the idea that A Dot had, and I made it my business to go and make more friends in this. And I promoted GW, and I went crazy on like Facebook groups to make sure that everybody comes and joins GW and come have fun with us and talk shit and drop promos, act like a wrestler, and wrestle DBD. You know what I mean? And that was my whole goal, and that's where we're at now. And now I got my own show.
What inspired you to become from your original name to Dimebag Dan? You want to walk us through that story?
Yeah, the Dimebag Dan thing, right? I named myself Dimebag Dan because back in the days, I used to listen to all types of music. So I was a heavy Dimebag Darrell fan. I don't know if you guys know who Dimebag Darrell is. He's a heavy metalist guitarist. He's one of
Yes.
the best of his time. They killed him, but anyway, he was like, I used to like what he used to do. Like he used to play some shit. I was like, yo, this guy's solos is crazy. So I was like, I was into his shit, right? And around that time, I was already like in the streets doing like, whatever I was doing, and I used to sell weed. And I remember that we used to sell weed, and we used to sell dime bags. So, and what's the chances that I'm fucking a fan of Dimebag Darrell, right? And
Yeah.
I happen to be Dan. So I remember at this time I used to play Nintendo 64 and shit like that, and I used to make my own call in the game after Triple H's thing. But I used to use Rob Van Dam's entrance, so it clicked. I remember using Rob Van Dam and him saying RVD. I
Yeah.
switched it and said DBD, and I was like, oh, DBD, Dimebag Dan, because I could be, Dimebag, and I kept my name Dan, so I kept it in there, and I just threw it out there, and I was like, yo, that shit has a nice ring to it, and every time I kept saying it, like it clicked every time. So I was like DVD, 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 and like you could hear it, and it sounds like DVD, So I was like, oh, this is perfect. It hits. So I could have like a kid who's learning how to speak, say DVD, then I could use that as a promo where it's like, oh shit, look, I even have newborns learning how to speak, and you know, like I used it as a joke, but I took it serious when it came to it because I thought the creativity was there. Like it was just magic. Like I don't know, I felt that Dimebag was the right name, so I was like, Dimebag is perfect. It clicks. It has all the right things to it, and I'm a Dimebag Darrell fan, so we ran from that.
Now, the name for the character Dynamite Daisy, how did that come about?
Yeah, I was originally gonna name her Diamondback
Oh,
because, like, yeah, Diamondback Daisy. So it would have been a female DBD, but I figured nah, because I don't want people being like, "Ah, DBD's a bitch," though. Like literally, So
yeah.
I was like, nah, let's flip the script on that. Let's take the B out. Let's take the whole gimmick out and let's give her her own thing. So I put Dynamite Daisy, and her first name is technically Diana. So that's where the Daisy part comes from. Her last name is Cortez. So I just put Dynamite Daisy for like double D's because she has like big breasts. So
Oh my gosh.
like I read the whole creativity of it. I promise you it was straight off like a freestyle mindset that I was just thinking like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking make her a slut, and uh, according to what she looks like, that's what her name's gonna be. So I went and I used that. I used double D. So I was like double D dynamite. This bitch is dynamite. So Dynamite Daisy, perfect. And Daisy, Daisy's like a pretty flower, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I'm an idiot, but it hits though. It's facts, man. Like I'm telling you.
Welcome, TJ Thomas. Is this Mr. Ty Thomas?
That's Mr. Ty Thomas. Shout out to Tyler Thomas. It's my brother too.
What are some of your most memorable matches as Dimebag Dan as of
Wow.
right
Yeah,
now?
that's as of right now. I have a lot, to be honest with you. I have a lot. Um, well, I have a lot. It's a lot, but I'm gonna give you possibly from three different EFEDs that I'm a part of. The
Okay.
GW, I'm gonna give you one from each. So, in GW, I have one where it was like a Hell in a Cell match versus versus Khan, and I remember I did some shit that I was kicking his ass on top of the cell, like beating the shit out of him, like something vicious, and they let me power bomb him off the cell into the announcer table. And from the announcer table, he's laid out. I go and I give him the fucking like a Macho Man elbow drop, you know. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow. And before that even happened, that was what ended the match, though. It was a perfect ending to a great match because before that match, we were like fucking bleeding all over the place and the shit was crazy. It was in 2023, I believe, that happened.
Oh.
So that's one of them. That's the GW one. For ASW, I'm gonna have to go with me and Damian Briggs. Me and Briggs, we went to fucking war, like for the
Which
whole.
variation of Briggs, if you don't mind my asking?
I think it was Damien the King Briggs,
Okay.
and then it was the Beast. It was Damien the Beast and Damien the King. Either one. Then the Nightmare came out of nowhere. He packed up the Reaper gimmick that I had. We'll get into
Oh.
that. But ASW was me and Briggs. We went to fucking war multiple times, not just once. But we had match of the year in 24. We started in 23. Drama. The beef that we had, we started in 23. Like he was making his name for himself and shit. And I was already thinking that I'm somebody already because I'm already a one-time champion, right? A world
Yeah.
champ. So I'm thinking, I'm like, this is my shit now, you know? And he's coming up. So he's the new guy that was coming. And he was like, nah, this is my shit. And he came and he delivered. And he gave me the best match I've ever seen in ASW ever, you know? And even Hitman could vouch for that, as a matter of fact. And then in Shockwave XPWF, this was when it was WCCW, I believe. Um, we had a vicious tag team match. I remember, I forgot. It was me and Demon X, but it was what I forgot who we were fighting. We was fighting somebody, and these two people, and they gave us like the craziest shit. But I remember that we used like a double team move that it put one guy through the table, but it wasn't supposed to happen like that. It was like one of the 2K glitches that happens, like
Yeah.
you happen to slam somebody near the table and the table breaks. And I believe that was my best ex WCCW match. Shout out to Haley Ramone in the building.
Yes, Miss Haley. And it says that from ASW, he said that you were carrying it on your back. Were you like the face?
I like to consider myself the face of the company that I'm part of. I'm a part of something new now too. I seen you there too. I believe it's SPW, all right? SPW.
Yeah. Yes. How
Well,
do you like it
you
there?
guys are gonna. I mean, I haven't done nothing there yet because we haven't really like made any
Yeah.
moves yet. But once we do, you're gonna see me like rep it more and go crazier. It's just I've been dealing with a lot of shit like behind the scenes type shit, you know. So I don't want to like commit and not commit. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to tell you, oh yeah, I'll be there, and then I can't be there because something happens. You know, and like I don't like letting people down like that. So I don't like to tell
You have
people that.
obligations you need to finish, and you're trying to get those done.
Absolutely. So the SPW thing is gonna happen. When it happens, it's gonna happen. So hopefully I'll be ready by the time the show kicks off, and I'll start doing some promos and start talking shit and promote myself like I usually do. But I like to consider myself, like you said, uh, the face of the brand. Like I consider myself the face of GW. I consider myself the face of ASW. Um, XPWF, I made an announcement to Shockwave and everybody. I said that I'm coming by the end of this year. I will be the face of that company. So let's see if that works through. If 2K plays cards right, I'll predict exactly what I'm saying. You know.
There's a few people that want me to ask you about them. Can you tell me about Mad King?
Uh, all right. Well, Matt King, I like to say to Matt King, the thing is, he's somebody that learned quick, right? He's somebody that he came out of nowhere, and you would think that he was not like really into it, like you would think. He just like a regular person, like, oh, I want to join. Okay, you joined, and you ready to do this, and you done whatever. But he had no clue how to like do anything, right? And he he came in and he started trash talking. So how I met Matt King was he came into the community, the GW, and he came in and he started talking shit like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the new guy here," but he had no style, he had no skills, and he came in talking like he wanted to be the man, and I'm the man. So he came in talking shit, talking about I'm the man here. I'm like, no, you're not, because I'm the man here. First of all, you didn't acknowledge me as the man here, so now you got a problem. And I gave him a match, and after that match, he hits me in the side, like, and he tells me, "Hey, teach me a little something about like how to set these move sets like this and like that." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, no problem." And I taught him, and I said, "Let's work a storyline together, like me and you, like and I'll have you as like my mentor, like I'll be like your mentor kind of thing, and you just follow my lead." So I had him out there going like, all right. And so when everybody used to say anything to me, like, oh, I'll pack DVD up or I'll beat the shit out of DVD or whatever, like he will step in and say something like, yo, watch your mouth when you speak to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. So I looked at it like, oh, this is a perfect little storyline thing that I could do with him. Like I could have him as I'm teaching him the ropes kind of thing. And now it went from that to look at him now. He's a fucking champion in every fucking brand that he's in, and he's a fucking ruthless fucking character now. And you can see his creation level from when he first started to now. Like he actually got real attire now, real tattoos. He got real fucking everything is up to par, and everything is what he's supposed to be. And now he's like, so he came from nothing to watch out because this guy's gonna be a world champion one day, multiple times.
And were you the one that gave him the scumbag moniker?
I gave him the scumbag moniker, yes, because he saw that I was doing some scumbag shit. Because I was already the scumbag at the community. I was already the piece of shit, talking shit about people. But the thing is, when I talk shit about you, like I talk shit about you, where like I would say something like they'd be like, "Yo, that's some scumbag shit to say." You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
he took that. He's like, "Oh, I can do that," and I was like, "Bro, this is what I do." And he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna take that to the next level," and I was like, "Go ahead." And he took it to the next level. So now he's officially the scumbag king. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like the scumbag. Now he's like the scumbag king. You know what I mean? I'm no longer a scumbag. I'm like a good guy now. You know?
And another person that wants me to ask you is, can you tell me about TLK?
TLK is another one that he didn't I didn't mentor him at all, like at nothing. I met him because he was somebody new trying to do something. I met him at MHW actually, and he was somebody who was just trying to like get on, like yo, I want to, like part of a real storyline. I don't want to just fight every week, and I don't want to like talk shit in the promo and not get acknowledged. So he was the person that I was like, you know what? I think we should team up. He told me, I think we should team up because I see that your drive is different. Like you see, like I get to like people's like I used to get on people's nerves and shit where it would be like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to fight DVD now because I would talk so much shit. So he saw that and he was like, yo, we got to make a group where we can do shit like that and we all like get booked by talking shit. So that's what really happened with Ty. And I brought him to GW from MHW over there, and the rest is history. But he already knew how to create cause. He already knew how to like do all the shit that he needed to do. He didn't need no help from me in that part. So basically, when I met him, he was already set, and he was ready to do whatever he's doing now.
And you are a part of a faction, correct?
The House of No Mercy, the House of Scumbags. That's the main
And that's
faction.
ran by the Scumbag Lord, yeah?
Well, it's actually ran by A Dot.
Oh.
Yeah, but I like to consider myself as the general of the group, where A Dot's not gonna be. He tells us what we gotta do, and I'll take it from there. You know what I mean? So like, he'll be like, "Hey, just go along. If you're gonna say anything, go along the lines by saying stuff like this that will lead to the story." And that's what we do. So I just take over. So I'm basically like, yo, if you build this faction, this build the house is basically built to restruct. It's like restructed under me. So it's like I'm the star player, and you're building the team around me. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you have a basketball team, you're gonna build it around LeBron James, right? So that's basically how I look at the faction.
And it looks like your groups have been feuding with two other groups, what it looks like to be the Club Elite and Blood Island.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the record and say fuck Club Elite and fuck the island, the Blood Island,
Damn.
respectfully.
Welcome, Jack Graves, Mr.
We, we, we,
IZW.
we're beefing with them because they're heavy hitters. They're heavy hitters. Like, you could talk shit all you want about the Blood Island, but those motherfuckers, all of them, from the beginning to the last member that they have. I don't know how many members officially. I only know 3, but from those 3 that I've seen, they all heavy hitters and they all cooking. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I want all the smoke with Blood Island. And they they were beefing with the Club Elite, which is Hitman and Briggs and Shockwave. I believe that's the 3 that I know. And I don't like none of them. In character, I don't like none of them. So I was like, yo, you guys are not what you guys think you guys are. And that's the whole beef there. So I brought in the Scumbag to help me out. I'm like, yo, let's fuck these guys up, bro, because these guys don't fucking understand. So they humbly walking around like, yeah, they run shit, but we're here to set this record straight that they don't. The house always wins.
How do you balance what you do in this community and trying to live with your personal life?
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm doing now. Actually, I'm learning how to do that now. Because at first, this EFED thing was like out of character, for real, for real. This EFED thing, it saved my life because I was in a bad place before I got into the shit, and I was gonna lose like everything, right? And when I got into this, they was like, "Yo, bro, just chill out. Instead of being outside, fucking around, doing whatever the fuck is that you're doing, that's not you're not supposed to be doing. Just come have fun with us, talk shit, make believe you're a fucking wrestler, and just have fun with it, right?" And I was like, "All right, let's try it out." And I've done it for the last 5 years. I've been doing it, right? Oh well, 22. Well, for the last 3 4 years, and I'm like, damn, like this really saved my life. So I look at it like, whenever I'm like feeling like I'm gonna do something crazy, or I'm like I'm depressed or stressed out about thinking of whatever's going on that I'm dealing with, because my mom, she has stage 4 cancer. My dad has dementia. I just lost my uncle a few months ago. I lost my best friend in January, the beginning of the year. I almost lost my house and my girl in the beginning of the year too. Like, a lot of shit's been hitting me back to back, back to back. And whenever I'm feeling like, yo, I'm gonna lose my mind, I come here to the EFED world, and mine's like, it goes away from it. You know what I mean? Like, I everything that I'm dealing with, I'm like, fuck that. It doesn't exist right now. I'm here. You know what I mean? So even if I'm at my job and I'm at work, instead of being stressed out at work, I actually enjoy going to work, because I know that I'm gonna be talking shit within the community the whole time I'm at work, because I'm basically gonna do nothing at my job. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's how I balance it. So I balance it mainly like, I come here. So if I'm here the majority of the time, that means that I'm dodging what's going on in real life. I don't want nothing to do with real life. I want to be here. You know what I mean? But if I'm not here, then I'm actually dealing with real life shit. That's the only two ways I balance it. And I'm more of a, I'm gonna say a six right now. I'm on a 60-40%. No, 60% in the eFed world more now, and 40% in my real life shit. Before it was like 75-25. Now it's 60-40 because like it's really hitting me now. It's like I'm, you know, and my birthday's a few days away, so I'm like, how do I, how do I cope with everything, like in real life, knowing that everything is falling apart in real life? How do I actually go and take it and celebrate my actual like birthday, right? My real day, the only time that I should have for myself to enjoy. And the only way I can do that in the last couple of years, the only way I've been doing that was with you guys. Get what I'm saying? So this is why I love this shit that I do with this community shit. It sounds corny, and a lot of people may not understand it who doesn't do it. But if you do it and you understand what we do here and the love that you get from people like you and everybody who we interact with, then they would understand. So you can't say this is corny and this is like that's you're wasting your time. Like, how am I wasting my time? You don't even know what these people can do for you. You know what I mean? Like, you're not doing nothing like physically or like financially, but you're like emotionally, you're helping somebody out though, because you don't know what people are dealing with. Some people have mental health issues and this shit
Mm-hmm.
is serious. Like, some people are fucked up, and when they come here and they do this shit with us, they escape reality and they're not fucked up no more. They haven't they have a new life. Sometimes they like. You ever been in like a group chat where the shit is like 24 hours always going off, and it's always like two or three certain people that is always like that? Those are the people that you really gotta like keep interacting with, because those people they're showing so much interest in this that they're really they're escaping something because they're showing so much interest in this. You know what I'm saying? So that means that's like a cry for help kind of way. Like you gotta never take that for granted. So we lost a few brothers in this EFED stuff too.
Brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Like, so rest in peace to those that that's fallen and all that. Even if like
Rest in peace.
certain people don't get along with certain people, and those people ain't with us no more, whatever. Like that's, you should scratch that, because at the end of the day, that's life. Like at the end of the day, like this, that everybody ended. Like you can't like hold no grudges against bullshit over a game too. It's ridiculous. So
He
I always
said,
like that too. Like it's a cry
Ty
for help.
Thomas just said, this is facts. This eFed stuff has really helped me, and specifically you have helped him be a genuine brother to him.
That's a fact. He knows. He knows. I'm not gonna get on it, but he knows exactly what I know exactly what he's talking about. It's like we can like inboxes are always open for certain people, for everybody. But certain people take advantage of the inbox being open, and they hit you up and they tell you like, "Yo, man, you know what? I'm going through this and I'm going through that," or "Yo, what do you think I should do about this?" Like, out of character shit. And like, I only met you in character, and now I'm a big part of your life because I'm helping you out with something out of character. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. Like,
And Haley said, yeah, DBD is 100% the motherfucker, the real one.
shout out to Eddie Ramon. Hell yeah.
Right
Hell,
there. This just shows that you have a great support system outside of this, besides just e-fetting. It sounds like they support you even outside of this, and that's good to have, brother. And I'm
100%.
happy I've gotten to know you a little bit as I have.
Of course. And we're just getting started, brother. Me and you getting to know each
Hmm.
other. Because the same person that you met, the when you first met me, and right now the person you're seeing, this is the same person you're gonna get the whole entire time. You're not gonna get nobody else. I'm not gonna like switch up on people, and I'm not gonna like do certain things according to, And I treat you the way you treat me. Basically, if you treat me with respect, bro, I got nothing but respect for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. There's no reason why I gotta talk something about person like about you. Like if I'm gonna talk shit about you, I'm gonna talk shit about your character. Your whatever your character is or whatever he looks like. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking shit about the person behind that character. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? That's the difference between me and a lot of people who do this.
It looks like you and Mr. Underdog Hero are supposed to link up. I'm assuming he means in real life.
Yeah, I went down to his area not too long ago on vacation. Well,
Wow.
look me up, bro. If you're in here, fucking motherfucker, you left me. Nah, shout out to Hitman. I pulled up to Virginia Beach. It's not where he lives, but he's not that far from there. So, but I was like, hey man, I'm gonna be out here for a couple days. If you want come by. I'll come by to you or whatever, because I'm driving. And we were supposed to link up. It didn't happen, unfortunately, but we will. We'll make it happen. Another one I was supposed to meet up with was RJ Bombshell. I went to Philadelphia. I always go to Philadelphia too. Shout out to Philly. Um, and I was supposed to link up with him. Never happened. A. Jizzle. I grew up with him, so I could link up with him anytime I see him. It's not that far from me either. Yeah,
And he says that you have given him his ear, but like your ear before to Underdog Hero, and he appreciates it.
yeah. I give like the Hitman thing, man. It's like I spoke to him in person, like out of character and in character. In character, we only speak in the chats together. But when he hits me up out of character, man, like he's a real genuine friend too. Like like anybody who hits me up out of like in the DMs and everything, and we speak private, and you got my number, then like it's real. Like it's not a fake friendship, bro. Because I'm not just gonna give anybody my number. I'm not gonna go put my number here in the random chat, like for everybody. You know what I mean? Because that's
Yeah.
stupid. It's like if I have your number, then that means that you really accept me as your friend, and vice versa. So
So
shout
it
out to
looks like Bailey Ramone sees you both as brothers.
facts, facts.
Well, thank you for all that, Dimebag Dan, and we are all here for you, brother.
Appreciate that. Hell yeah, man.
We talked about your memorable matches with Dimebag Dan. Do you have any that stick out to you with Dynamite Daisy?
Dynamite Daisy is still new. She's still fresh. She's actually only, I want to say, I don't know. Maybe you guys could tell me in the chat. I think she's like 3 months old technically. In this
Wow.
like she hasn't been out there like that to like she won a title recently, but she's only been out for like 2 to 3 months, the most I could say. So I don't really have a memorable match yet because she hasn't been like through nothing yet. But when she does, I'm watching because I even watch. I like that's the thing about me too. Like this is why a lot of people like me and they fuck with me because when I pull up to your show, if you're doing the show and I'm not even a part of your show, and I know people that are a part of your show, I will watch your entire show anyway, and I will still like talk with the community and the chat and everybody, and I will show everybody love like it's nothing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's the reason, like that's respect that I have because I don't care even if I'm booked, then I'm booked, and some people just watch their match and they leave. You know how that is, but hey. You got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to do shit in life, and it's busy. You're busy and doing whatever. Then do what you got to do. But I'm a person that if I'm gonna watch your show, I'm watching your show. I'm
Yeah.
not just watching my match. You know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
and this thing too that every time I go into like random shows, like people that are not even connected to us, and I just pop in, and sometimes like I just put my logo, my DVD logo up, and you see a lot of people like, oh shit, DVD's here, boom, and I'm like, oh shit, this guy's here too. Like like I ran into Foxbit like that. I ran into like Tyler Thomas is another one probably like that. Like I can go into any chat and a lot of people, the majority of the people, even if not in your brand, the majority of the people in your brand is gonna say, hey, I know DVD, I know you somewhere, I heard about you or whatever. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like to I don't know, like I like that shit makes me feel good in a way, because it makes me feel like, yo, I'm actually doing something right. That I got a fan base off of whatever we all do. I mean, a bunch of us got the same fan base, but it's just like it feels good to have that you guys have too. Because sometimes you can pop into anybody's chat and live thing and they'll be like, "Oh shit, this guy, yeah, well, what's up?" Or anybody's in the chat, like they can pop up to and they know who they are because they're popular around there. So I like that's big on me. I like that.
What's some of your most significant achievements so far in this community?
I'm trying to be Grand Slam. Once I become Grand Slam, then that's it. There's nothing else that I really want to do. I just want to. After I become Grand Slam, I just out there. I don't want to win titles no more. I'm just gonna beat the shit out of people. Whenever you want to, we're gonna fight, and I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you. I don't even want your belt. Keep it, because I'm already a 2-time champion, and I'm a 2-time world champion, and like all of the EFEDs I'm a part of, except for XPWF and TXT. Those are the only two brands that are from the global production umbrella that I haven't really won a world title in. I won a world title in GW twice, ASW twice, Demons Funhouse like twice. Um, yeah, and the other ones and every other title that you guys have, in the brand like mid card titles. That's what makes it the Grand Slam when you collect those titles and they. But the real title that you really want is the world title, because once you're the world champion, you're the guy. So that's the goal. And ever since I accomplished that, I'm grateful, because I didn't ask. Every time I came into your E-Feds and to your brands, I didn't ask for world title shots. I earned them and I won them. I may have lost them and shit, but I earned them. You know what I mean? So that's all that really matters.
And you're getting love for Dynamite Daisy. Underdog Hero called her a fucking warrior in ASW, and Haley says, I'll shout out Dynamite Daisy. She's a tough bitch. Her and I just cooked up some pure fire in ASW the other day.
There's no lie in that. That's 100%.
And you were the superstar. Oh, well, oof. I have no idea what happened there, ladies and gentlemen. He disappeared on me. Adding him back. Hello.
I'm bad. The thing got lost there. But yeah, that's Dynamite Daisy and Haley Ramone. They had a banger the other days too. It was classic.
And you're being called the ASW Superstar of the Year in 2024. Well, 2K24.
That's right. Me and Briggs, we had that. If it wasn't for Briggs, I wouldn't have gotten that. But that was. I think we had like a 30-minute Iron Man match, if I'm not mistaken, and it was like in a cell or something. Oh, it was. I think it wasn't in a cell. It was just like a 30-minute Iron Man fucking banger. Just only ASW would have gave you something like that, because you wouldn't see that between me and Briggs somewhere else. ASW was the right platform for it, and that shit was amazing. And we cooked up a fucking banger. That shit was like match of the night, and that was not even. It was the main event, but like it was match of the night compared to like a bunch of bangers that you're like, damn. Because like I said earlier, the women do the most ass kicking in this game. So if you could top the women's match, then you cooked, and we topped that shit. And in 24, like the whole 24, I was cooking. Hitman can vouch for that. He can tell you, like I was cooking that whole year in ASW. Before I ran into the Briggs situation, like I was cooking everybody he put at me. Like everybody, I ran into a match. I won the world title that he just made. He just freshly, there was no world champion. He made a like a 8-man battle royal match kind of thing, but it wasn't. It was like elimination kind of thing all over the place. And I ended up winning the world championship. And ever since I won it, I kept on defending it, and I was fighting randoms or whatever. And so I ran into Briggs, and that's when Briggs came and took the title, and that's what made it the match of the year. And I was the superstar of the year because that whole year was like the great year for me. 24. I became the world champion for the first time in 23 though.
How do you adapt to different opponents and storylines?
I don't adapt to the opponents though. Like I don't change up my core or nothing based on who I'm fighting. I keep my style the way it is, but I prepare to you guys by with promos with people. It depends on like the energy that you are. Like whatever energy you're giving, then I'm gonna try to match that. So if you come out talking if you come out talking humble and like respectfully, then I'm gonna play the heel. Now if you come out talking like you're the heel, then I'm gonna come back as like either to match your heel or to make you look like, bro, you're over talking. Like you're too confident for something that you're not gonna win. You know, like depends on the energy you give me. That's the energy I'm bringing, but I'm gonna match it, basically. So that's
Okay.
how I prepare for that. So you gotta if we're gonna do a storyline or if you're gonna like do a few, then you better come ready to because I'm not gonna stop talking shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't stop talking shit. I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna keep going until you're done. You're not gonna hear the end of me. Even if you beat me, I'm still gonna talk shit at the end.
Yeah.
Like not a sore loser way. I'm gonna talk shit in a way where it's like, yeah, you guys mean. I'm gonna like vent it, like make it look good in the storyline way. You know, so like I would say something like if I'm fighting you and you got like a tag team partner that's always with you, like your ballet, whatever, and I lost the
Yeah.
match fair and square for the storyline purpose of it, I will drop a promo saying, well, if it wasn't for your fucking tag team partner hitting me with the belt behind my back or hitting me with a chair, then maybe you wouldn't have won, even though that didn't happen. But and it's like it works perfectly for that, right? You know.
Yeah.
So that's how I would do it.
What motivated you to start GEW Fight Club, and what sets it apart from other EFED promotions?
The thing that motivated me was the to make Fight Club. What motivated me was to have a show after a show. So like if we watch an ASW Riot right now and we're not getting a TXT or a XPWF or another GW show after it, then I'm gonna give you a Fight Club and we're gonna continue the drama. Let's continue the beef. Let's keep it going. But in Fight Club is different because we don't do pinfalls. We're gonna fight again, but now we're gonna fight until one of us can't fight no more. So you're either gonna get knocked out or you're gonna tap out. There's no in betweens. That's the motivation for Fight Club.
How do you select talent for GEW Fight Club, and what qualities do you look for?
You can be whoever you want to be in Fight Club. Like that's the thing too. When I made Fight Club the first time, I told everybody I was like, listen, you don't have to come with fresh attires and wrestling attire. You don't have to do none of that. You can come out normal. You can come out in jeans and boots or sneakers or whatever you want to do. You know.
Yeah.
And Fight Club is an underground environment. I try to make it urban underground environment. So it's like we're in New York City, and what we're doing in New York City is we're gonna fight on the ground. The police that nobody knows about it, and we're gonna continue the story. So you pin me in GW, or you pin me in ASW, or whatever, then we're gonna run it back over here in Fight Club, and now I'm gonna knock you out. You know what I mean? So that was the whole concept, the whole idea that I had for it, and it worked. You know, everybody likes it. So,
Yeah.
and I was the first one to do that too. Like I never seen nobody do that with a 2K with the WWE game. So I was like, all right, since nobody else did it, I'm gonna do it. So I brought like that MMA kind of feel, but you know, I bring basically what I try to do was I try to bring in Def Jam like Fight for New York kind of thing. In
Oh,
right,
okay.
yeah, that's what I was like going for. That was the vision that I had when I said underground fighting when a bunch of people. So that's why I always say, "Oh, we're in the Grand Prospect Hall here in Brooklyn, New York, or we're at the Barclays Center." You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we're never. Every time you see Fight Club, we're in Brooklyn. Like the arena's always gonna be in Brooklyn. It's not like, oh, we're in Germany or we're in fucking Australia or Madison Square Garden, nothing like that. You know, we're gonna be only in Brooklyn, New York, underground arena.
So Fight Club doesn't really do international like go-tos.
Yeah, no
Okay.
venues or no international venues, but Briggs, shout out to Damian Briggs. He was giving me an idea, and so did Demon X. They gave me ideas that was like, hey, why don't you run like a PLE thing of Fight Club, you know, and have like celebrity referees and or whatever referees, just like special guests them, And I was like,
Yeah.
that's just a perfect idea. That's actually pretty good. So we're gonna probably run an international fight club where we'll probably be in London or Japan or Canada, whatever.
Welcome. Thank you, Miss Haley, for stopping by. Much love
Oh
to you. Be safe
shit,
out there.
dirtbag. You already know.
Oh my. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now. There is a character that I did make, and it was not a diss towards you, but it's legit called Dirtbag Dan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
He's
that
literally a
works.
redneck hillbilly that works with, Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
love
he's
it.
basically his second in command, and he tries in the blue meth hole situation.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, no,
But
as long as hey, if we get as long as everything is fun and everything is all it's all fun, bro. Like it's all fun and games,
yeah,
man. Like that's sort of the thing. Like I always look at it like if you know how to play this shit, then you're the real one playing this shit. But if you're one of those they're out there. There's people that they can't take a loss, and they
yeah.
take a loss, and they're like, "I'm done. I'm retired." And you're like,
Hmm.
"Why?" Like, it's a fucking video game, and you
For
you
real.
made that. You
We're
made
trying
your
to
game.
have fun.
You're the reason that your guy lost because you
Hmm.
created it. So why are you mad? So you're mad
Exactly.
because somebody else made a better one than you? That's the point of it. It's competition.
Facts. Welcome, Damian Briggs, and Ty Thomas is asking you, how can he get a boxing contract?
Oh, I you didn't I didn't say about the. We also have a Global Extreme Boxing. I try to run a boxing league with Demon X and Ego the Prince.
Oh.
We run so it's called Global Extreme Boxing GB's Pound for Pound Boxing. That's the show I ran, and it's from the
Ooh.
game Undisputed, the boxing game. So technically, it's the way you get your contract is you let me know. I'll make a new roster, and basically what I did before was everybody who was in the GW roster, I basically put them in the boxing game. So I created you because it doesn't take that much time. It's just like a matter of minutes, and I'll give you the boxing style that you want, and that's it. And we go out there. But I stopped running it because a lot of people was like, you know what, I don't like this boxing shit. I'd rather play wrestling. I'd rather fight in Fight Club than fight in. So I was like, all right. So I stopped fucking with the boxing.
Could it make a return?
It might. If I can get the community to want it again, like Tyler Thomas wants it, then yeah, absolutely. I'd say we could run it again. Absolutely.
What's your approach to character development?
Well, it it doesn't like at the end, like it doesn't. I don't have like a development when it comes to the Fight Club. If you
Okay.
asking, if it comes to like the Fight Club, this it's just like I said it was like underground arena. We're fighting and we're gonna continue the beef. Like there's no reason to make a storyline or promos or nothing. Basically, we could run off trash talking in Fight Club. So Fight Club is a place where if you if I fought you yesterday and I'm running a Fight Club tonight, then hey, I want to fight him again tonight. We could do that again. That's what, that's how I develop. Like that's the development that I have for the Fight Club, and
Okay.
I've, yeah, that's basically how I feel about that.
Ty Thomas said, well, doesn't mean we can't run it on the e-sticks, bro.
Oh yeah, we could run it 1-on-1 if you want. That's what you want, Boise. That's what you want, kiddo.
Ooh.
I got you. We could do it.
And I'm assuming he's maybe PvP, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The sticks. We're Xboxers over here.
Nice. Respect. I still have a 360. Everybody else like that I've worked with in the EFA world, they've always created my cause, and I'm forever grateful for that. 360. I'm still old school.
Yeah, hell yeah. Why not? Shit.
How important is fan engagement and interactions at your events?
Uh, that's I'm good with the fans that I got already. Like the people that attend, like my shows doesn't really pass more than probably 12 viewers. You know what I mean? And I'm cool with that. I can go I can be with 12 to the matter of maybe 2 to 3, and I'll be the same. I'll feel the same exact way. Like I just appreciate the love. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
pop in once in a while. If you pop in and say, "Hey, what's up, man?" Or you're probably at work, or you're probably doing something. You're like, "Hey, I'm just showing love real quick," you know, because I got to do something. Whatever. That's respect, bro. You got to do what you got to do. I'm not even knocking it. So just for the fact that you popped in or you come and you tell me later like, oh, I saw your VOD, you know, and dope, bro, like that right there gives me the like, yo, I appreciate you, you know what I mean, like thank you,
yeah,
that's it. Like that's like I don't like I understand everybody got something to do, but just don't. I feel like if you come in to watch my show because you're gonna watch it like, you know, show love the way I show love. Don't come just to steal ideas or to see something
right.
that you want to do in maybe somewhere else, like, you know what I mean, or in your shit. Like don't do that, you know what I mean, like. And
Yeah,
if you do that, which is fine, if you take ideas and stuff, or like, you know, whatever you see, whatever, that's fine, but like at least acknowledge the person. Don't go and be like,
yeah.
you know, like, oh fuck this guy, and then when you see that guy, you're like, this guy's a fucking bum, or this guy's a piece of shit and whatever, but like
Try to
I'm
downplay them in the fact of
right.
trying to claim it's yours.
But then it's like, but didn't you just take my idea? And you over here talking about I'm the fucking non-creator and I'm the, you know, but you literally
Yeah,
ran with my idea. Get out of here. That's just like, I feel like if you're gonna come with hate, don't come at all. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason for that. Because if I'm gonna pop up to your show, I'm gonna pop up to your show not to fucking shit on your show. I'm gonna show love. I'm gonna be there. I'm like, oh, yo, that's pretty dope. If you're doing something that I don't do or that I haven't seen done where I'm at, then I'll give you respect for it. But like, yo, that shit is dope, bro. I never seen that
yeah,
before. You know, like when I saw
yeah.
Shockwave and I saw Hitman. Like when I first saw their show, the very first time, they were playing custom music. You know, and I was like, yo, that's pretty dope, bro. I never seen that done. That don't mean that I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? But I just gave him I was like, yo, that shit is fire, man. I love that. You know, but you know, and if I was to ever do that, I would say like, yo, I got this idea from Hitman and from Shockwave because I seen them do this. You know what I
You
mean?
give
Like,
credit where credit is due.
right. So it's not like I'm gonna go ahead and just take your idea and do it and not even shout you out for it. You know what I mean? Because that's stupid. That's like I'm a hater. I'm jealous or I'm envious about you. You know. So I'm not like that.
And you, for music, speaking of music, I was watching your show and I noticed you use like the theme songs in the game. Like you had Razor Ramon, the Firefly Funhouse. You had, I believe it was the Shields theme song, or
Yeah,
oh,
I
Roman
have
Reigns theme song.
Romans. I have I don't have CM Punk because I'm not a CM Punk
Oh,
fan.
I thought you did though. The Cult of Personality for one of the guys. I thought.
Yeah, well, for the if you have your but like as the background music,
Yeah.
I set the 2K soundtrack to play
Oh.
like certain songs. I left CM Punk's out. I left a couple of wrestlers out too. But I play only what like what 2K has, like the songs that they
Okay.
have soundtrack, and a couple wrestlers themes that I like myself. You know, but I left out CM Punk because I don't really like CM Punk. I don't know why everybody's like big on CM Punk like that. He's not really that good, but I don't know.
Everybody has their opinions. I'm personally have always been a fan of CM Punk. You don't
There you
like
go.
him, I respect that. You
There
are.
you
Everybody
go.
has their likes and dislikes.
I'm not a Cena or a Punk fan. You know what I mean? Because maybe because I was from like I liked them. I liked the people before them. You know what I mean? Like they took over like Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Obviously, you know they took over those guys' places. So you know the Rock, Stone Cold. You know I was like, I didn't grow up like I grew up with those guys. So I didn't. I was like, yeah, fuck John Cena, fuck CM Punk. You know? Like you know what I mean? Like you guys are the
Yeah,
new guys. I don't know. But hey, John Cena is one of the greatest of all times.
that is a
You know,
given fact.
that's
That
it.
is a given fact.
This is a real fact, and I can't. No matter what I say about not
Yeah,
liking him, that doesn't take away nothing that he's done. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, man.
agreed. What's your current take on the current state of e-fetting, and where do you see it heading?
Oh, yeah, that's crazy you say that because I run that on my podcast. I asked that same question. Um, that's a very good question. But for me, I have the answer to that because I see this EFED thing growing more than what is have grown already. Like I honestly could see this happening at all right. You see how Twitch has all this thing going on. Twitch is basically the main platform that we use. Pretty soon we're gonna be on this eat fed shit that we're doing. Maybe not
Yeah.
now. Maybe like in the next 20 or so years, maybe 10, something not reaching that far, but let's just say 10 years from now, I can see it on like ETV. You know what I mean? On like wherever they do those shows where they video game streamers like playing Madden or playing NBA 2K or Call of Duty. Like I could see it on one of those channels, like on E3. I think that's what the channel was called, where they show you like video game, like gamers
Yeah.
playing for tournaments, game battles. I could see it going to that this EFET thing. I think that they purposely did the island for us to, instead of creating our own Jordans and like custom sneakers, they wanted us to buy them because they knew that we do this EFED shit. They keep giving us the EFED freedom to do it. So they know. The only thing is, like, they got to make a game where they just got to give us the whole server system where you could take away all the WWE characters, all the legends, all that shit. Just give us the creating the arena, creating the belts, and the CC. Just give us that, and the rest of the game is history. Because that's all we really needed. All we really need is the universe. And so, in order for you to sell the game, I would say that you can give us the island. You know what I mean? In order for the game to still be interactive with them, in order for them to milk us and get their money's worth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I see this
Mhm.
E50 going very big, and I feel like what you see what you're doing right now. I do this too, like this podcasting thing and like interviews and all that. Um, this is perfect because we're the pioneers right now as we speaking. We're the pioneers to what's gonna happen in the future. Because pretty soon in the future, we're gonna have official EFED podcasts from like WWE and from people who own the actual game itself. You know what I mean? And they're
Yeah.
gonna be the ones podcasting and doing what we're doing right now with, with like people who probably invested so much money into the game at this time later on. Because we only do what we're doing right now, but if you can give somebody like who doesn't have nothing else to do in life but to do this EFED shit, and the way they do it, like the way they play NBA 2K and the way they play Madden, and they waste all their money on like VC or bucks on like Fortnite, you could definitely make your money off of WWE in the future for this EFED stuff, and you're gonna make a lot of money off of it.
And you speak of your podcast, this and that. I remember when I was first doing the podcast, I had somebody come up into one of my podcasts one time saying, "Oh, have you ever heard of Dimebag Dan? I've heard the name, but I never knew you had a podcast. But I am a fan of your podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Could you tell us about this and that and what developed that for you?"
Yeah, the this and that podcast. It started off as me interview like what you're doing, like interviewing like cause. So if I started with like interviewing people like Savage Vega or
El
people along those lines.
Padrino.
Yeah, Padrino. That's right. So I started like that, and I basically just wanted to like get like like in character feel of like I wanted to do what they were doing, what like Stone Cold's doing with the Smoke and Skull sessions. I wanted to
Yeah.
do that with E-Feds. So that's what sparked it. A-Dot was originally going to run it, but he said, yo, I don't have time because I got to run a show. I got to run 2 shows, and then I got to run a podcast. It's not going to work. And I was like, then I'll do it. And he said, if you can do it and you really committed to it, then do it. And I did it, and I committed to it, and I did it, and I ran it. I started running it on YouTube first, but then I was like, Twitch is where it's at because everybody's on Twitch. So I switched it over to Twitch, and the podcast just that's it. Like RJ says, it kicks ass, man. And
I
I
do.
basically I went from asking wrestling questions to like now speaking about anything. Like we could talk about WWE, AEW, Japan, Ring of Honor. We could talk about non-wrestling shit. We could talk about the addiction that wrestlers actually have and they go through and shit. You know, like real life shit that is based on wrestling. You know, so I took it from that to that to now I have two different podcast shows where it's this and that that's based on the EFED thing, and I have Smoking Dimes where it's just we could talk about anything, music,
And that's where you get
movies.
like smoky.
Right. I'm smoking right now. Actually, I just finished smoking. Mm.
Respect to that. I would
Mm-hmm.
join you, but I recently had to quit smoking due to two lung collapsings on me.
Oh man, sorry to hear that, bro. That's
Hey, I'm still kicking and I'm still here.
God bless, bro. God bless. Oh yeah.
What's what challenges have you faced as promoting for GW Fight Club and an EFED wrestler, and how do you overcome that?
Uh, the only thing I had that was like a it was not like a it was maybe like a bump, but a bump in the road. It was the whole scheduling thing. So it's like I have time to cut you a promo and I have time to update my call, but that's it. Then I don't have time to give you a show because if I have to give you a show, a fight club, and I'm trying to promote the show to like, oh, tune in Friday night at. I don't want to tell you 8 o'clock and then I can't be there at 8 o'clock. So I just tell you, oh, Friday night we're gonna run a fight club. So like that's how I promote the show. But if I know that somebody else has a show Friday or like a PLE or something, then I won't do the fight club. So I won't promote it. So I'll focus more on my call and my updating than I would focus on running a show. So the downfall that I had is just like basically scheduling. So it's like sometimes I will be like, damn, I could run it on Friday, but then something comes up, and I'm like, shit, I can't run it Friday. Maybe we could run it Saturday or Sunday night. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that scheduling is it's not like a problem, but it was like a little bump. So I had to make sure that I know the days that I want to set everything up because then I have the podcasting going on. So I figured I could set the different days to set for different times. So that way it won't be no problem. So I know what days I have off, that I know what times I can develop something to work. That's when I do it. So if it's just basically like a bump and roll, that's the only thing I face, just the scheduling bumps. That's it.
What advice would you give to someone that's looking to do a podcast or even run a like not like GW, but like just like a EFED in general, or like do what you do as an EFEDer?
To be honest with you, just if you're gonna run a podcast, make sure you have good questions and a good co-host to hold you down. Sometimes you need a co-host to like to be because you got to get a perspective as the good guy and the bad guy of it, and sometimes you being both is like it's a little difficult, right? Like because you know how it is. Like you gotta like put somebody in the hot seat, and then you gotta have somebody that can take you out of the hot seat. You know what I mean? So that's if you're gonna have a podcast, an official podcast, make sure you have legit questions. Like, make sure you have a good like topics that you want to speak about, and have a good co-host because that's important. Somebody to hold you down because you should always have a co-host to hold you down. And for the EFED thing, just be original. You know, if you got ideas and whatever, don't say your ideas. Don't tell everybody that you're not building the EFED with. If you're gonna build an EFED by yourself, then do it by yourself and guess run your own EFED by yourself. But usually when you run an EFED, you should run it with somebody else, like somebody that you're really close to, like a friend of yours or something. That way that they can have a backup show because sometimes like when you got it, like I said, like the bump in the road for me was the scheduling. So sometimes you could say, oh, I want to do your show on Mondays, and you can't. Or sometimes somebody else is streaming and you don't want to step on somebody's toes because they're streaming and you don't want to cut their off because you got people that you fuck with those people, so you're like they're gonna be here, then they gotta be there, then they gotta be here. It sucks like that. So I always make sure that nobody's streaming when I'm streaming. Even if it's a podcast or a show. So if you're gonna run a show, an EFED, then run it right. Be creative on your own. Like, don't steal ideas. Be creative. Like, have your own ideas and keep them to yourself and show them as you show us your show. That's it. That's the one of the advice I can give you. Because stealing ideas sucks, bro. And you get hated on because people don't respect you if you steal ideas.
Yeah, I hear that. And there is a question actually for you from Ty Thomas. If Jeff Hardy wasn't so fucked up, he would have been bigger than Cena. Do you agree?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Jeff Hardy would have been bigger than what he is if he wouldn't have been a fuck up the way he was with the drugs and all that shit. But he would not be bigger than Cena because John Cena's a WWE groom guy, meaning he was willing to. He was a yes man. He was like, whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. Jeff Hardy had like, I guess maybe the drugs or the alcohol or whatever, like made him think like, you know what, I don't want to do that. Nah, I'm good. Like he stood in his lane. Like he like some people they don't change gimmicks. They don't switch up and they don't do nothing else. They stay who they are. True to their own
yeah.
gimmick. So Jeff Hardy's one of those people where he stood as one of the crazy dressed guys with face paint and crazy hair colors and doing crazy shit. He always been like that since he came out as a Hardy boy, and he's still like that. You know what I mean? And John Cena wasn't. John Cena came as a prototype, then he came Thugonomics, then he became what you see now, and he was doing whatever whatever they told him to do, he did it. So they told him, hey man, go out there and think you're a hip hopper, wear fucking baggy pants and start rapping on the microphone. Okay. At first he tried the prototype thing. Yeah, go out there as like you're a robot, and he tried it. It didn't work, and everything else worked except for that one for some reason. I don't know. And that was the most accurate wrestling one that he actually had. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That was a real wrestling gimmick. Like the
Mm-hmm.
prototype you've seen. But then they made him like a wannabe rapper kind of thing, and that was funny. So that got more over than him being an actual wrestler. That's crazy.
You know what's even more crazier is that the fact that people forget when he first came in as the Thugonomics, he was a heel for a short period, but the problem is his gimmick got so over with the fans.
It's the same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin. When
Yep.
316 was not a babyface gimmick. That was a heel gimmick.
Uh-huh.
He's shitting on the quote on a Bible quote. He basically shitted on it. He was like, no, Austin 316 says I just kicked your ass, So
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
like, wait a minute, but we loved that because back then we was like, oh hell yeah, this motherfucker, yeah, bro, and that's it. It's like we like the like. I think like something happened at a certain time of our lives when you're a kid, you always root for the hero. When you're a kid, so you always like
Yeah.
Superman, it's like Batman and this and that. But once you hit like your teenage years, then you start looking at the villain as the hero. Like the villain is like the good guy to you. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
well, maybe the Joker has a point, or maybe Lex Luthor is right. Like
New Jack had a lot of good points.
you get what I'm saying? Like it's stuff like
Yeah.
that, and you got to look up to like at the end of the day, like there was nothing special about Sandman and like New Jack kind of thing because they were just going out there walling out, drinking beer and smashing the fucking beer can in
Fucking,
their
it was
head and
awesome though.
smoking. It was awesome though, right? But
Right.
but you see, like we looked at them, we was like, yo, that's just fucking kick ass, bro. But in reality, we came from before that. We was looking at like, oh, Hulk Hogan said let's drink our vitamins and drink milk, and Sting used to say that too and shit. But then when you hit your teenage years, just like, nah, I'd rather be Sting with the baseball bat than Sting with the blonde hair, the curl on the back. You know what I mean?
I respect that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I look at
And
it.
for
Like
me, my all-time favorite was Kane in WWE.
Kane, see that?
And
I
he started out as a big-time heel, and he had that thing where he was going between face and heel. And from ECW-wise, hardcore-wise, New Jack was the all-time greatest. And in SMW, his character, wherever he went, he was the person that was real. That was real.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Ralph Fisher said this: the podcast is open discussion about anything that makes really cool to hear other people's opinions about wrestlers and stuff. And he said Jeff Hardy ruined himself with the alcohol, ruined himself with his own ego, Jeff in his own career with his own fuck ups.
Yep. I agree.
How do you stay motivated and inspired in what you do?
You guys keep me motivated. Like, but when I go into the chats and I'll be like, hey, yo, I'm bored today. Like, oh, I'm free tonight. So, what we doing? Fight Club, or we want to run a podcast? And what the response that everybody gives, like that motivates me to do whatever I got to do. Or like it could be like right now it's Saturday. Like yo, we want to do a podcast tomorrow? Hell yeah! Or you want to do a podcast tonight? Hell yeah! Everybody's already waiting for type shit. So they'll hit me up without me even saying it. They'll hit me up in chats and be like, hey, you running a podcast tonight? Or yo, you Fight Club, or you running this? So it's like by you guys wanting it makes it like motivating for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the most rewarding aspect of running the stuff that you do?
What's the most important?
Like awarding. Awarding.
Oh, awarding. Uh, just like not even just by the fact that you guys took your time and just started talking shit with me. You know, even if you guys gotta type the shit talking that you gotta do, like just by just doing that and me being on the mic and responding to you guys it's rewarding to me right there. Just like yo, hell yeah, man. And like at the end of the day, Twitch doesn't really pay me that much. Twitch only pays me like fucking $50 every couple months when you make the amount of hours and shit. You know how Twitch does. So it's like,
I actually don't. I don't make money from my stuff, and I've never
uh,
known anybody to make money until you've actually said something, actually.
yeah, man. I didn't. You guys should have been on this, brother. This is what I tell you.
I'm not in this to make money. I've even said
Now,
that. I'm not in this to make money. This is for fun for me.
of course, that's how I started it with it too. But at the end of the day, you look at it like, oh, okay. So I'm cool with. It's not about the rewarding where it comes financially or money wise, because, like I said, it only comes like every 2 or 3 months. Like if you reach the amount of Twitch hours, you get paid $50, kind of shit, you know. But
Yeah,
I'm not in it for that because I do this shit for fun too. Like just by
yeah.
you guys chilling and talking shit with me in the podcast while I like just smoke or talk shit while we drinking and smoking. That's fun and entertaining to me. That's what I don't have to do nothing else besides that. You know, like I don't need money or anything like that from Twitch in order to have fun. You know,
hmm I've
but
heard
it's
people
nice.
make
It's a
money
nice
from these
thing.
things.
Yeah,
Never actually talked to somebody that actually is full on making $50 from it. Shit.
yeah. I mean, all these guys like Kai Cenat, all these streamers, these guys, they all do that. Like that's how they make their money off Twitch. Twitch pays you because after you reach like 72 hours, like a week, then you get like $50 or something like that. And you can make more depending on how many hours you stream. So if you're a person that streams for like 8 hours a day, every day of the week, you're gonna get paid. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Respect.
yeah. It's all based on how you run it, how you run
Ralph
your.
said that the most important the most reward that you're getting is meeting the most explosive man, RJ Bombshell.
Yeah, now you're full of yourself, brother. You guys are rewarded already by being in my presence.
I'm honored to have you on. If that's any
Nah,
accommodation,
nah,
I'm on.
nah. That's I'm honored too, man. I appreciate you for having me for real, for real. This was overdue actually. We were supposed to do this a few months back actually, but like I said, you know, I have a lot of things going on, like real life, and shit sucks, man.
One thing I tell everybody: personal life, mental health is important.
Absolutely. I didn't even know how important mental health was until you have it yourself. You know what I mean? Until you
Yeah.
experience it yourself.
What's your approach to maintaining and building relationships in this community?
Well, like if you can always be yourself, and you can always like I said earlier, if you be yourself, man, and you give people the respect that you give, you could be, you get mad love from me, bro. Like I got nothing but love for everybody that shows me love. So like, if you're not coming at me with some negative shit or hate, then there's no reason for me to like not be friends with you and nothing like, you know, to like end our friendship kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
just you guys being around, like it helped me out mentally for real because like I was in a dark place before I got into this shit. And once I got into it, you guys saved my life, man. Believe it or not. So it's very important that, I keep friends and friendship with you guys because you guys are legit. I saved my life.
We're happy you're still with us, brother.
Hell yeah. I'm not going nowhere either because I'm not I mean, no disrespect to, people who have mental health issues and are thinking like suicidal and shit, but you don't have to fucking end yourself over some shit that is bothering you, bro. Unless it's something like that you've done physically to somebody that you caused harm and you like damaged something that you know that you can't take back, then that's probably a reason to like end yourself, maybe, and not even, But I
Yeah.
always think that that's the coward way out, man. Like there's always better things in life, man. Like
Mhm.
you're being selfish when you do that. This is the main thing for anybody who has mental health issues and thinks that suicide is cool. It's not, because you're being selfish when you do that. You may think that's the answer, but at the end of the day, two things is happening. The main thing that you're doing is you're leaving behind the people who actually care about you and will give their life for you. Like if you need an organ or something like that, you have people in life that care about you so much that are willing to give you kidneys or any organs that they're willing to give up to save your life. You understand? So how selfish can you be to be like, oh, you know what, my girlfriend broke up with me. I'm done with everybody. I'm done with life. Forgetting the fact that your mother or your father or your loved ones are still here with you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you leave them behind because you're feeling that type of way. That's why I think suicide is a sucker shit, and that's a fucking for idiots and dumbasses who don't know shit about nothing. That's one thing. Second thing is, it's nothing that bad in life that'll make you want to do that. Like, why would you want to hurt yourself? You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing that serious in life to do that, man. And remember, your life doesn't belong to you in the first place. It belongs to a higher power.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. So. So you being selfish, that's the main thing.
Welcome, Torkel. Much love to you, man, and thank you. Where do you see yourself and GW in the next few years?
Um, I don't know where. Well, I see myself. I can continue this shit going forever. I don't know about just GW because at the end of the day, GW is based on A Dot's thing. So, that's his brand. I'm just his brother.
You
And
run Fight Club for him.
well, I run Fight Club for me, but it's based on GW. So it's
Okay.
GW roster. That's basically it. But I see it going. Like I said, remember when you asked like where do you see the EFET thing going? I
Yeah.
see it getting big, and if it gets big, I see us being up there with those big people, like with the other people that run a couple shows too.
Yeah.
I can see that in the next 5 years, even bigger than what we are now. Better ideas, more better storylines than what we got. So yeah.
Do you have any events coming up for Fight Club or with GW that are coming up?
Yes, sir. We got GW Fight Club's first PLE. I don't know what we're gonna call it yet, but it's still in process. Like I said, shout out to Damian Briggs for that and Demon X because they told me, yo, I think it's time for a PLE Fight Club, and we're gonna do it like that. And I'm gonna run it like an official PLE, and we're gonna have a bunch of nice exclusive shit.
Do we have a date set? I would really love
We
to see
don't, we
that.
don't, Yeah, we're gonna have a date. We don't have a date set just yet because right now it's like it's up. It's up. We're working on it right now. It's TBD to be decided.
And we're also going to have a poster for it when it does come, yes?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna start posting that shit everywhere. I'm gonna get back into my promoting into Facebook and all that shit too, everywhere.
Whatever you need help with, the Shadowed City is happy to help you.
Appreciate that. Hell yeah.
Are there any dream collaborations or matches you'd love to see?
Collaborations. Not really any collaborations because I don't. We don't really. If anything, yeah, you might see a little collaboration with like the Funhouse, the Demon Funhouse. We're gonna do
Ooh.
like a Halloween thing. I was planning. I always wanted to do a Halloween thing with the Demon's Funhouse because he's always with that dark stuff over there. So I was like,
Mhm.
let's take Fight Club there. We can get it bloody and it's like slasher shit, you know. So it's Halloween. So slashers like Michael Myers and
Mhm.
Ghostface, you know, stuff like that. So I had to like maybe that's the only collaboration that I could probably see happening.
There actually is an EFET that's dedicated to full on. This is gonna. You can take this how you will, but it's dedicated to full on serial killers and movie killers.
I bet. I bet. I seen
Yeah.
some dude had a based on cartoon characters. Like so
Really?
yeah, he had like all his people, all his the roster was basically cartoon characters. They looked good too. They were accurate. Like he had Beavis and Butthead. He had you know, like the Simpsons, like Homer and shit like that. I was like, this is pretty good, bro. Like the creator, he's like, I created this whole thing myself too. Like every single character he created Beavis and Butthead. I was like, yo, you're fucking amazing, bro. This is fucking good stuff, man. And I think I follow him. I just forgot his name, but he's out there. I follow him
I'll
on
have to
Twitter.
do.
If I get a chance, I promote it and I'll show everybody. It's pretty amazing stuff, man. Not gonna lie to you.
Sounds awesome. I would love to see that. So he does adult animation and cartoons.
Cartoon animations, like he has any animation character you could think of. I'm pretty sure he has them. Like he has, like I said, Beavis and Butthead. I seen Peter Griffin, Homer Simpson, and they actually look like the character. Like they're not like wrestler built. They foamed out. Like you know,
Yeah.
looks good. Looks really good.
This is the final question that I have for you, my good friend.
Let's
What
go.
legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I hope to leave behind that like like I basically want to be like the greatest effect character that ever existed. Be like, when they compare somebody else who has like the same drive for it, they'll be like, yo, this is like a DVD kind of guy. I want to leave behind where like I basically promoted my core to the fullest. And, like I'm basically everywhere. That even if you start a new EFED, you're gonna always try to reach out to me and be like, "Hey, DVD, I'm starting my new EFED. You want to join?" Get what I'm saying? Because like I want to be like highly popular in this EFED shit to everybody from now to later on in the future, wherever it goes to. Be like, yo, this motherfucker left behind a fucking legacy. I remember this guy started at 22 at 2K22 and we're in 2K32 right now, and we still remember DVD from 2K22. You know what I mean? Like I want to go down like that. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. If it comes to the Z-Fed stuff.
I mean, just in like general, like especially like when our time is up.
Yeah. When our time is up, it's gonna the future of it's gonna. I hope it like they take it as serious as we took it because we worked our asses off for this shit. You know, we went hard for it. So don't fuck it up. You know, later on, the future people who get it.
Yeah,
Like, just remember that you had a DVD out there, and there will be more. There'll be more people like me and shit out there. Hopefully, there might be. But I always see myself as a unique kind of character. Like, there's nobody like me, but it is what it is.
Well, Dimebag, that was all the questions I had for you, good sir, and I appreciate you coming on. Would you have anything you'd like to say before I do end this off?
Yeah. First, I would like to give a shout out to everybody in the Global Umbrella. Y'all know who y'all are. I don't want to keep saying it again over and over. Hitman, Shock,
Yeah.
TXT Briggs, Damian Briggs, fucking Demon X, Eagle, the Prince, A. Dot, motherfucking Jizzle, and to you, appreciate you for having me on, man. It's been a long time. This was overdue. We were supposed to have been done this, and I'm glad we did it. And SPW, we're coming soon. Like you're gonna see a lot of me over there too, and I look forward to making some storylines work with you. Even where we're at over here, and like XPWF and everything, we could work something out. Whatever, just you know what time it is, man. Or maybe you could pull up to Fight Club too one day.
The future is bright and anything could happen, and I can't wait for what is to come.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Brother, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Good night, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever y'all may be, and peace out.
Peace out, y'all.